Welcome back to Good Morning Colorado, everyone. The time is 6:43. Taking a live look out at Union and Montebello on this Sunday morning. Marty, it's Sunday. It's going to be a nice day. What are you up to today? What are your plans?
I'm trying to find a way to hide from the wind.
It's the wind here. You know, it's funny. When I was little, I used to live in Colorado Springs, and I don't remember much of it, but my parents told me when I moved here, they said, you're going to love it. It's sunny, it's beautiful, but the wind. They're like, be ready for the wind. It's going to come at you. So, you know, I feel like I'm prepared for this. I feel like I'm ready for this wind.
I like to say the wind can ruin an otherwise perfectly fine day, and often does. And, you know, maybe not yesterday. It was warm enough to kind of deal with it. It was annoying, but it was pretty nice. Today, I think that wind is going to put more of a bite in the air. Just something to keep in mind. I mean, it's colder anyway. We have some clouds out there this morning. You can see them from Ava Eye Care, looking back towards the Rampart Range. And they're kind of thick. They've been producing a few light rain and snow showers over the last couple of hours. Nothing crazy. Some of you will notice that, you know, cars are a little bit wet this morning. You had a few snowflakes up around Teller County and Monument Hill. But in Colorado Springs, we just have some clouds, and it's breezy, and it's cooler. And it's going to be, especially during the morning hours. Temperatures right now are in the 30s and 40s, which, you know, really for this time of year isn't awful. But with the wind blowing in some cases already, you know, it feels a little colder than maybe those numbers might suggest. We have 20s and 30s over the mountains and mountain valleys, and actually had some pretty decent little snowfall up across the Continental Divide last night. There were a couple of inches here and there, so could be some slick spots over the high country, at least early this morning. But notice by 9 o'clock, FUTURECAST pretty much says, yeah, you know, bye-bye to the clouds. And that's already been the case in much of southern Colorado. It's pretty clear right now along and south of the Arkansas River, and I do think it'll clear up quickly here in the Pikes Peak region. As we move into the afternoon, I do expect we'll probably see clouds kind of redevelop across the area. There'll be more high clouds than anything else, just enough to filter the sun. They don't show up real well here on FUTURECAST. But still, all of that is not the main story about today. It will once again be the wind. And as we move into the afternoon, FUTURECAST is showing wind gusts running between 20 and 40 miles an hour over and near the mountains. Not quite as strong over the far eastern plains, but not absent either. And then later on in the afternoon, we'll probably see the wind pick up over the far eastern plains as well. And so with the wind in mind, even with the cooler air in place, we're still expecting some pretty dry air over the area this afternoon. And so that's the reason the National Weather Service has once again issued red flag warnings for fire weather concerns over much of the area this afternoon. And we're not looking at 70s and 80s today. More likely for the majority of the area, a mixture of 50s and 60s. Could have some lower 70s south of the Arkansas River. So again, that's a good bit cooler. I mean, in some cases close to 20 degrees. You'll definitely feel the change today. Looking for 30s and 40s up across the mountains and mountain valleys in the northern and western parts of Colorado, but Salida, Alamosa probably in the mid-50s to lower 60s for high temperatures today. And we go into tonight, and it looks like, you know, we'll have a partly cloudy sky. I think that the cooler air that slipped in last night will wash back up against the mountains late tonight and tomorrow morning. So there's some potential we'll have some low clouds or patchy fog around early tomorrow morning. A little bit like this morning. I don't think that will last very long during the day tomorrow, but it will slow the warming during the morning, and it is going to be a cooler start to the day, so I think you'll notice that tomorrow morning as well. Temperatures likely in the 20s and 30s in much of eastern Colorado, with some teens and 20s over the mountains and mountain valleys. So even if we warm up tomorrow afternoon, just keep in mind maybe the first half of the day is going to be a little bit on the chilly side. That's the view right now from Cedar Point. You can see the wind turbines are spinning pretty hard, and there's a little bit of patchy low cloud cover out there, which won't be there for much longer, but it's just out there right now. And, you know, we talked about wind at the beginning of this segment. We'll continue to talk about wind over the next several days, more cooler air and maybe a few more rain or snow showers. We'll have those details in our extended forecast coming up soon. Stick around. We'll be back after the break.